much. I'm so glad to see you in God's house today. We've had an awesome week and an awesome weekend, and I believe that Sunday, we know that Sunday in the calendar starts the work week, right? It is the first day of the week. Many people believe that Sunday is the last day of the week, but it really is the first day. And what you guys have decided to do by being in God's house today, you decided to offer the first fruit of your week to Jesus. And let me tell you, He honors that. He honors that. He really does. So we are in the last part of our series, Fresh Faith. And I'm so excited about this. The book of Malachi and the study of the book of Malachi has really done a lot inside of your pastor. So if it ain't helped nobody else, it's helped me. And I'm thankful for God's word. I'm thankful for that. Thomas, I'm glad to see you guys here with us today. Thomas is an incredible guy. Yeah. So right before we go into the word, I've got some prayer requests. I got text messages today from folks that are sick. Last night we had an incredible event around here, and it was really, really special and challenging for me. No, every person didn't get up and talk about faith in God. No, everybody didn't preach from the top of the roofs or anything like that. But let me tell you, as Damien and I talked later, everything that was going on was really all about Jesus. Some of the speakers just don't know it yet. You know what I'm saying? Just don't know it. So what I know is God's doing the work. God's doing the work. And I was told by 8 or 10 people last night that the environment, the spirit that is here is incredible and infectious. And there was a couple that came that was a part of the art exhibit. The Newton family, they were planning on being here today. His name's Galen. And his wife woke up this morning really, really battling sickness in her body. She has endometriosis and suffers with severe pain often. They're trying to have a baby, another baby. And during these moments and during these times, it can be testing and it can be trials. Right now, she's laying on her bed, maybe watching online as I invited them to do that. And what I'm going to ask, if someone would prepare an anointed cloth, we're going to pray over that. And then we're going to pray for Pastor Wayne as well. Hopefully, Pastor Wayne will come home today. I mean, this week, not today, but this week. Hopefully, he'll come home this week. But he's still got some swelling in his leg, and he needs a special touch. Also, Philip Morey is needing a touch in his body. His fever's really high. So be in prayer for Philip as well. Here's what I also know and I also understand. Is that they don't have to be in the room with us. Right? They don't have to be here. God's everywhere, right? And so we believe in prayer here, we'll go where they are. Amen? Also, Shay texted this morning, and Rico is running a fever. So, man, so there's a lot of stuff going on. But I know God is able. Can I get a witness on that? Amen? God is able. So as we go through the Lord in prayer, if there's any of you that would love to be anointed and pray, look, here's what happens often. As you come into church and you're tired and you're sick and tired and you're tired of being sick and tired, and you last it out through the service and you leave just like you walked in. But I believe that you don't have to do that. Amen. I got one amen. I believe that when you enter His gates with thanksgiving, that when you enter His courts with praise, He inhabits the praises of His people, and that's where He is. So let's agree together as touching any one thing, and that is healing for these folks. That is healing. The way the Lord is going to do it. Elsie Mark also is in the hospital at Grand Strand. She has some bleeding on her heart. Thank God they figured out what was going on. She's been in and out of the hospital for about a year now. I mean, it's one thing after another, and they just finally figured it out. So that's part of the problem, right? But how many of you know that we serve the great physician? The great physician. That's who he is. So let's call on him today. If you have a prayer request, just lift it up. And if you will, I know you guys have probably been standing a long time, but if you were at the Super Bowl, you know, which will be next weekend, you can probably stand up the whole time you're there at the Super Bowl because you're cheering and you pay $5,000 for them seats. Even though you ain't sitting in them, you know? So let's agree together. Can we do that? Amen. Prayer warriors, will you come down? Roger, Sharon, will y'all come down? I need you. I need you. I need you in this place. Others, and you feel like let's agree together. Nell, come on down. Ralph, y'all come on down. Folks that have been healed, folks that say, I know in my body I've been healed, so I'm stepping out on faith and I'm believing for somebody else. Sometimes you might be here and you might be sick yourself, but you step out on faith for somebody else, and when you do that, that healing comes on you. Come on, let's pray. Lord, we love you. Come on, praise Him. And I got like 3 times, and I was like fumbling all over the place. I just can't do it. I need to do the exercises. Yeah, show off. Go ahead, Broadway, show off. I hear you. Faster. All right, so what I know, man, what I know in this life, all we have is faith.
Amen.
If we start losing faith, we lose everything. And so starting off this year of 2020, this year of focus, my prayer for you and my prayer for this community and my prayer for the kingdom of God is that we get our eyes off the thing that's going on in this world. Oh my God, China, all the stuff that's going on in China is going to be in America. There's this crazy thing. You know, it's the outbreak of all outbreaks. Y'all didn't hear what's going on? I didn't even know because I was on the cruise ship. I didn't watch no news. But apparently it's the outbreak of all outbreaks and it's going to destroy. All I know is my God is in control. I don't care what outbreak comes to me. My God is in control. World War III is on the way. My God is still in control.
Amen.
And I believe and I know, and I'm not belittling the fact that we live in this world, but the Bible I read tells me that I am a son and daughter of the Lord, of the creator of all of this. So my Bible tells me I don't have to worry.
Amen.
I don't have to fear. If my eyes are on God, that's all that matters. And it's about this faith. And we talked about worshiping. And today, what Malachi does, in Malachi chapter 3, what the messenger delivers to the people of Israel, in Malachi chapter 3, is this message that I'm a refining fire.
Yeah.
Ooh, nobody. Ooh, that hurts, right? Anybody ever been burnt? Amen. Anybody ever gone through some situations that are painful?
Amen.
Anybody ever gone through burnt by friendships, burnt by relationships, burnt by stuff that goes on, burnt by the cares of life? What I'm talking about is the refining fire of God that takes us from where we are and it refines us and makes us who God wants us to be. That's what it really is. And Malachi 3 talks about it. It says, behold, I send my messenger. And he will prepare the way before me. And the Lord whom you seek will suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, in whom you delight. Behold, he is coming, says the Lord of hosts. But who can endure? I went Billy. Y'all see that? Endure. All right, now, I get that 30 seconds back. But who can endure the day of his coming? And who can stand when he appears? For he is like a refiner's fire and like launderer's soap. He will sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver. He will purify the sons of Levi and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer the Lord an offering in righteousness. Then the offering of Judah and Jerusalem will be pleasant to the Lord, as in days of old, as in former years. Verse 5 says, and I will come near you for judgment. I will be swift witness against sorcerers, against idolaters, against perjurers, against those who exploit wage earners and widows and orphans, and against those who turn away and alien, because they do not fear me, says the Lord of hosts. So the significance of this refiner's fire, the significance of this launderer's soap, we know that the fire, the refining fire, it purifies. And what I believe is praying over this message for us, it is about us withstanding anything. God making us strong enough so that we can withstand anything that the enemy throws against us. This idea of standing before the Lord is associated with withstanding and standing up to this enemy of our souls.
Amen.
Yeah.
And I know that in order for us to be able to do that with boldness and faith and courage, and in order for us to do that, we've got to go through a little bit of refinement. The process of purifying a metal is basically melting it down and scraping off the bad stuff and leaving the good stuff. Isn't that right, Henry? Amen. Right. And it's a beautiful process when you think of what happens, but it requires an extremely high temperature. It requires an uncomfortable situation. But it's a process that all of God's people will have to go through at some point in their life. Because it makes us stronger in the end. And then this launder soap, it says the Messiah would be like a launderer's soap. This type of soap causes things to be as white as snow. We see that in Mark chapter 9, when Jesus is transfigured before them. He's right before their eyes. He is transfigured. And his garments are made white as snow. That's the shadow of what is talked about in Malachi, of showing what he's going to do to us, a beautiful garment of what he's going to restore to us. And although the Lord would refine people internally, our actions publicly speak volumes. Come on, y'all. Amen. Everybody knows that you're not supposed to eat an old rotten banana. Would you like this here? Are you hungry? I know you always hungry. Right? He's always hungry. We know that. But who wants this banana? So, Devin? You are. I know. So when we see this beautiful, way too ripe banana, do you get hungry, or do you get disgusted? And see, but when you see, what we get at a local supermarket, okay, I love them, but that's the way it is sometimes. But it's still, this is much better, right? This is the kind of banana that is okay to eat. See, everybody knows that you're not supposed to eat a green banana, because that'll give you a bellyache. Everybody knows that you're not supposed to eat a rotten banana, because that's just gross. This is the kind of banana that you're supposed to eat. See, what's interesting about a banana is the color on the outside is determined by the color on the inside. See, the way the banana becomes ripe and ready is it starts what's on the inside of the banana. If the banana is green, it's not ripe yet. You begin to open it up and you can tell by the texture, by the color of what's inside of that it is not ripe and ready to eat. But then when a banana is ready to eat, yeah, you want this banana, don't you? My banana. It's my banana. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? Are you hungry yet? I only have 6 more minutes. So, I do this to illustrate how God wants to work in us. Us church folks, we think everybody's supposed to clean up when they walk into the house of God. Everybody's supposed to be clean. Everybody's supposed to look alike. They don't dress like them. They don't look like them. They don't do this and they don't do that. You know what I mean? That's what we think, right? But see, God says that I've got this. You don't have to worry about it. Pastor Matt, all you have to do is keep preaching the gospel. Keep preaching the truth. Keep loving people. Keep sowing seeds out and not being ashamed of the gospel. And I'm going to do the work. That's what he told me. And that's what he tells you. We don't have to clean nobody up. We model the way. We model the way. We model the way, and we love, 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 love. Let's say it. Let's say it. Let's say it. Let's say it. We model the way. We model the way. We model the way, and we love, love, love. time. We model the way, we model the way, we model the way, and we love, love, love. That's right. I learned some new dance on that cruise ship. So when your inside is right, it will be displayed on the outside.
Amen. Amen.
You won't go around acting a fool. You won't go around cussing up a storm just to be cussing up a storm. You won't go around mad at the world. You will let your light shine so that people will see straight through you to Jesus. That's what we're supposed to do. See through. If people don't see Jesus in you, I was at church Sunday. It was so good. Pastor Matt did the Soldier Boy on stage, and it was just awesome. But that blank person at work is blanking me. You know what I'm saying? I know. Kids, y'all hear it. Y'all hear it all the time. Y'all hear it way too much. But you know what? You've got the power and you've got the authority to speak to that thing and say, these ears are Jesus' ears, baby. So don't you talk like that around me. Oh, but I know some of y'all go to work every day and y'all allow that junk because y'all don't want to stand out in the crowd. Y'all allow that junk at work. Y'all allow somebody to come up to you. Oh, I've been hunting on that person's land for 95 years. It's been in the family forever. And they just use potty mouth. Generation after generation after generation, we've been hunting on this guy's land. He's a potty mouth, and he drinks all the time, and he gets drunk. But you know what? It's good hunting ground, so I'm going to go there. As your pastor, I'm going to just gracefully say, that ain't right. Come on, kids. Let's say it. That ain't right. Because if year after year and year after year after year goes by, and you don't stand up for what you believe, you are a coward in the kingdom of God. Amen. And God has not called us to be cowards. He called us to be strong and courageous.
Yeah.
Kids, y'all are strong and courageous, aren't you? You have to be. Because that's how He's created you to be.
Yeah.
We're not called to back down to this world. We're called to stand up. Here's what happens way too often. Way too often. We don't allow what's inside of us to come out. That's right. You know what happens to a banana? If it's ready to eat, and we don't allow what's inside the banana to come out, y'all know what happens? Come on, y'all. It becomes rotten. God is sick and tired of rotten Christians. Say that they love Jesus. Let me say this. Maybe say we love Jesus, because I gotta accept some of this too. And not letting the gifts that God has planted inside of us. You didn't go through the pain that you went through to shut up and not tell people about it. You didn't go through all that junk just to live life and act like it didn't happen. No, you went through all that refining and all that beautiful process of God making you who you are so that you can tell the world. You can tell the world about it. You got to let it out or it's going to rot. Pastor Joe, you guys ready? So here is my challenge to you. Number one, I think there's folks in here today, their relationship with the Lord is a bit rotten. You know why I know that? Because I've been praying for you all week long. And what? 30 minutes ago, as I stepped out of the baptismal pool, God told me to tell you that He is tired of rotten lives being presented to Him as godly lives. Would you get mad if I brought you some fruit and it all looked like this? Come on, somebody. Don't be like, oh, Pastor, you can have that. You can take it on back to the house. You throw it on in the garden and we'll make a banana tree or something. God says, I want you just as you are. Just as you are, Matthew. I love you and I died for you just as you are. But I want to take you through this process called sanctification. And I want to mold you. I want to shape you. I want to refine you. I want you to get in my word that is sharper than any two-edged sword. Oh, it's going to cut you. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt going in. It's going to hurt coming. But you know what? It's my word and it is for you. It is for you. It is for you. Why? Because I love you. Kids, I want to get my kids. My kids, Arabella, look at me. Your mom and daddy spank you because we love you. She said, oh Lord, I ain't got no spanking coming at you. The Lord refines us because He loves us. He loves us enough not to leave us where we are. And God brought you in this place today. I don't care why you came here. But let me tell you, I know why you thought you came here. But see, God said today is this set up for you. Because what is inside of you is about to be made beautiful. It's about to be made beautiful and open for the whole world to see. I mean, a fresh faith in God. A fresh understanding of God. Come on, y'all. All eyes on me. All eyes on me. You stand? Listen, if you come up here for prayer today, ain't nobody gonna look at you and say, Rob, I know it. Nobody can do it. Because if they do, they're the ones that's rocking and stinking up the joint. I said if they do, they're the ones that are really rocking and stinking up the joint. But if you come up here and say, Jesus, I'm going through some junk right now. And I know I'm not perfect. I know that I need you. But I'm trusting you to make beauty out of this ashes. I'm trusting you to make beauty out of the situation I'm going through right now. Come on, y'all, sing something in Jesus' name. Let's go. Let's go church. If you're ready for God to change your life, it's time. It is time for you to step out on that. That's what faith is. Step out on nothing and find everything. Come on, let's worship Him in this house today. Come on, who wants to spend time in the altar? back on God. But what it does mean is that you just need to refocus just a little bit. And through this whole series, our hope, my prayer has been that you will turn your focus and turn your complete attention on Jesus, the one who's writing the story of your life, the author and the finisher of your faith. That's who he is. And so then, how fitting is it for them to talk about and sing about the Waymaker? Because I think in some of your lives, in some of your situations, you feel like you done crossed the line and there's no way of escape. Or there was hope, but now there's no hope there. And what God is wanting me to declare, he doesn't care about yesterday. All he cares about is right now. Right now in this moment. That's all he cares about. So we love you. We're grateful for you. I truly believe that this is an illustration that I pray will get into your mind and your heart. Kids, I want you to understand, God wants you clean from the inside out. And what God has done on the inside of you will come out. Let it out. Tell people about your faith. Tell people about how much you love Jesus. Don't be ashamed of him. Because here's a sad scripture. It says, if you'll be ashamed of me, then I'll be ashamed of you. Let's not risk that, right? So as we close and as I release you to go be the world changers you've been called to be, I want to announce that Saturday is one of our biggest events of the whole year. It's our sportsman's banquet. And it is going to be incredible, okay? Incredible. So if you have not purchased your ticket, today is the day. The prices go up after today. So get your tickets today. Kids, I know you've been selling them. Teenagers, I know you've been selling them. Today's the day. You got to turn it in today. So let's get it done. Second thing, Trey, the friend of mine that's going to be preaching and speaking that night, I want you to do two things with me. I want you to begin to pray for Saturday night. Amen. Because this is what I know about Saturday night. There are going to be people who do not know Jesus in that building. And Trey is coming with a word from the Lord. Okay? He ain't coming just to tell mountain jokes. He's coming to preach the gospel. Amen. So I don't care what you have to do. Tell them that they're giving away all kinds of free stuff, which they are. We are. All kinds of incredible stuff. Whatever it takes for you to get people in that door, the message of the gospel is going to be presented. And then also Sunday morning, Trey will be with us and preaching in here also Sunday morning. So it's going to be an incredible time next week as well. All right? Don't forget, Wednesday night services, we've got so much going on. It is awesome. Also, next Sunday is step 1 of our growth track. If you've not been through growth track, if you do not know what's going on at our church, I want you to go through it, because here's the thing that I believe. I believe that God has not called you to the Andrews Church of God to sit in a pew, in a seat, and not do anything for the kingdom of God. Last night, as I was moving these chairs and rearranging this stuff, Damien and I and some of us were in here doing this. And as we were doing it, I prayed for pews. You know, like we prayed for chairs. So, just because they stayed. So that's why I think I said pew. Are y'all ready to be the world changers God has called you to be?
Amen. Amen. Yeah.
Or are you just going to go through the motions? I've got a but for you. But God, I see you, Lance. I ain't being crazy up here. But God will supply all of your needs according to His riches and glory. So whatever you think you lack, so He wants me to ask you, will you go? See, Jonah was asked, will you go? Jonah said, I'll go. to somebody this week that you don't necessarily like. Do it.
Yeah.
And watch what God does for you.
Amen.
Moses said, I'll go, but send somebody else. They'll be better at it than you. You may feel inadequate. No, you are the man and woman chosen for that particular hour. Amen?
Yeah.
So don't you doubt, don't you fear, don't you worry. You're stepping into your purpose. When you walk out of this room, I want you to allow Holy Spirit to speak to you. All right? Let's pray. Father, we love you. We honor you. And Lord, I pray that you bless each and every one of us with the spirit of courage, with the spirit of boldness. Let what you have placed inside of us come out so that we will be all that you have created us to be. God, I pray that you would take us into the highways and the hedges, Lord, and let us preach the gospel and not be afraid. Lord, let us speak love to every situation we find ourselves in. We give you glory, we give you honor and praise. We release each person to be the world changers they're called to be. We love you, Jesus, and we praise you. Lord, everybody